So if you guys could give 2 pieces of advice to somebody starting out in business, what would they be?
First thing I would say is, for a brand new person starting out, never take advice from someone that has not achieved what you hope to achieve in your particular industry. Most people that are the most opinionated, they're going to try to talk you out of doing something or try to tell you your stupid idea isn't going to work. Most of those people are not very successful, and most of those people are not, if they are successful, they're not successful in your given industry. But I have found that most successful people are usually very encouraging because they've been there themselves. The haters are usually the ones that have never really accomplished anything, and like I said, oftentimes they are the most opinionated. So seek out, credible mentors, people that have walked the path that you hope to walk, and pattern your operations after their operations. It's a very simple thing to do. The second thing I would say, I think you really have to make sure that you get your team on board with you, and that includes your team at home. Your spouse and your kids, they have to understand what it is you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. Dinner with Simon last night, we were talking about, Kobe Bryant's wife doesn't call him on his cell phone as he's bringing the ball up the court in the NBA Finals, right? He doesn't call timeout and take the call. And that may sound extreme, but my wife and I have an understanding, and thank God I have my wife. She's a real trooper, and she's on board, and she understands the grind. She knows that in the middle of the day, if she calls and I don't pick up, there's a reason I'm not picking up. It's not because I don't want to talk to her. It's because I'm in the 4th quarter of the NBA Finals in my world. And a lot of spouses, they don't get that. And it becomes very, very difficult for an aspiring entrepreneur to succeed when he's fighting 2 battles. You got to fight a battle in business world. Man, if you got to fight another battle at home, oh my God, I don't know how people do it. So I know Simon's wife is on board, my wife is on board, and for all the single guys out there and the single gals out there, when you're looking to choose a spouse, I highly advise that you take them through that interview and make sure that they understand what it is you're trying to do with your life, and make sure that they're on board with that. Because if you can find the right partner at home to accompany you on this whole journey and really be on board with the team, there's nothing you can't do.
Money's an exchange. When you give it up to buy something, it's to exchange the time that you spent to earn that money. And I think a lot of young people, when they come into, whether it's the NFL or the NBA or MLB or into the business world to make a lot of money, they want to reward themselves with nice things. They want to buy flashy clothes, flashy cars, flashy jewelry, and that's all in exchange for all the time they gave up to work there. And true success is not in what you wear and what you have, but it's in what you give and the impact that you can leave on other people to help them become successful. And I think that if people looked at more so of buying a home first, as opposed to buying that flashy belt or a flashy car, or having a certain amount of money saved, whether it's $100,000 or $200,000 in their bank account, as opposed to spending $1,000 on bottle service at this club or $1,000 on this club on bottle service, that they get a lot further ahead in life quicker with the discipline on their money. So I think that you should prioritize taxes first and foremost. When you're in business, most of us are independent contractors, so there's no taxes taken out of people's checks, and I've seen taxes just kill athletes, actors, celebrities, and business people all across. So I think that you've always got to have a great CPA. You've always got to be really honest and clean with your earned income and your deductions, and making sure that taxes are prioritized, followed by savings. And a lot of people say investments, but if you don't know anything about investments, I've seen a lot of athletes, celebrities, and other people in the business world lose all their money from not knowing anything about investments, but just trusting somebody and not asking the person they trusted the right questions before they put the money there. So you've got to be wise with where you put your money and how you look at your money.
We get a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different upbringings, and a lot of different companies, and most of them that watch the grind life are in one way, shape, or form trying to better themselves and work on self-improvement. If you could give those people some sort of tip, that are watching you, what would you say?
It takes a lot of work. I think that if you're blessed to be around the situation growing up, that you can recognize what it's going to take. I often have said leaders are ones who can help people that they're trying to serve because to me leaders are servants, if they can help people they're trying to serve to understand what it takes to reach their potential, to be successful, and that's what the grind does. I mean, constantly bombarding. I know that's when you guys work together with one another, you know, to help one another get better and become the best you can be. And it is a grind. It is exhausting. But you know what? That's what it takes.
What would you say are the top 3 qualities you see in leaders or other successful people in business? What are the top 3 qualities that stand out to you?
The biggest one is that most leaders, believe it or not, have a crazy amount of craziness / confidence. You know, I think to be a leader or to be an effective one, you have to have the ability to dream and vision and move forward. And I think that you're just crazy. You tap into a crazy level. You tap into your imagination. A lot of good leaders have that. A lot of good leaders have humility. You know, a great deal of humility and understanding that, hey, even though I'm crazy and I'm working my ass off to make something, I'm not naive enough to believe that there isn't some more information that I don't have or I shouldn't have. You know, they're always looking to learn. They read their ass off a whole lot too. Good leaders read a shit ton of books. You know, I've been in front of Les Wexner, who's the richest guy in Ohio, and Warren Buffett. And I think their biggest things that I took away was that, you know, these guys read the hell out of books, and I've sat down with them both for hours.
You feel what I'm saying? You have to have a work ethic and a grind in you. As a student right now, you may feel, man, I'm being an athlete, I'm studying, I got no summer, I got this. Let me ask yourself, did you want to be average? It's not about what you want to do. If you only grind when you feel like grinding, you're going to be below average. I got news for you. Things that are worth it are hard. You want to have a successful marriage? It's hard. You got to work at it. You got to spend time at it. You want to be the best athlete? You want to tell me you the man? You so great. I'm so fast. This the best man on the team. If you want to be the best man on your college team, if you want to be the best man in Northeast Ohio, you better outwork everybody, which means that you got to do stuff that everybody else isn't willing to do. You have to eat stuff that everybody else isn't willing to eat. You have to run when nobody else wants to run. You have to stay up and watch film when nobody else wants to stay up and watch film. Thomas Edison, 1,000 times he failed until he made the light bulb. So I want you guys to think about something. I want you to not play it safe. I want you to take risks. After you get out of school and you graduate, I want you to be able to take risks. I want you to understand that you're going to fall. I want you to understand that people are going to try to get you to think small and stay within a box and play it safe and do what's comfortable. Sometimes comfortable or complacency is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity. And so you got to step outside of your comfort zone. There comes a point in your life where you get old enough, maybe your junior year, senior year of high school, sophomore year of high school, it might be today, this very moment, but there comes a time in your life where instead of somebody else dictating your future, somebody hands you the pen and you start writing your story. You start writing your book. You start writing the way your life is going to be, the way your life is going to end up from that point forward. And so I want to challenge you guys today to pick up the pen, take control of your life, hold yourself accountable to making the rest of your life the best of your life.